What is popping, Click Crew? Guess who's
Oh my god, what is that?
back?
Oh my god!
Back
What
again,
is that?
I am back. I have returned. I'm so sorry that I've been away for a whole month. Like, it's been a crazy year so far. And let me just start off with telling you, your girl is not back empty-handed. I am back with my very first sponsor. Wow, I never thought this day would come. Like, your girl is sponsored. Me, I'm not even at 1K yet. So let me just get my, the Grammys was just around the corner. I might have not made it to that, but God always has other blessings waiting for me. The Grammys are next, even though I don't sing. The Grammys are next. And I just want to quote some words from my inspiration. Yeah, it's Tessa Brooks, got the competition shake. Anyways, this video is gonna be about student accommodation. So many of you guys DM me on Instagram specifically asking me about questions about like student accommodation. So I decided it's finally time that I sit down and just dedicate an entire video about all the frequent questions that I always get DM'd about accommodation and like uni life. So that's what this video is all about. And we are sponsored. Okay, how many times I need to say that? The video is sponsored. We're sponsored. Sorry, can you come again? Come again? First question on this list is accommodations. I always get DM'd is like, should I go for student accommodations or flats? So let me just break it down for you right now. Let me just put on my mic because we're sponsored. We need to be professional over here. So student accommodation or flats? That's a question every student I think has to go through when they're applying for university in a city that's not in the city they're already living at. And I would say personally you need to consider the two options. So in first year I would highly recommend staying in a private student accommodation because like there's just so many opportunities for you to like make friends and like socialize, and I think that's really important in first year because you just came in straight from the womb, straight from your streets, your ends. You don't know anyone and you just want to like put yourself out there. I guarantee that it's COVID, I didn't really make any friends to be honest, but I digress. There's just always so much going on in student accommodation to like force you into social situations, because for me I'm a very shy person and I feel like I had to have student accommodation to push me to get out there, because like one of my big concerns when I was coming to uni is like, will I make any friends? And I can definitely 100% say that if I wasn't in a student accommodation in first year, I definitely wouldn't have the friends I have today because, she's a bit antisocial. And in student accommodation, it's all inclusive, all the utility bills are included, and like, it's just good to have that freedom of, I don't need to worry about utility bills, gas, electricity, and all that stuff that will come if you want to rent a flat. In total, a flat would be cheaper for you, but that flux in price in private accommodation is because you don't have to worry about the gas, the electricity and stuff like that. Like you can keep your lights on for how long you want, your price is at a fixed price, and I think that's worth it in my opinion. So yes, I think student accommodation is definitely the way to go in first year, but I definitely think in second year, third year, you should start looking for flats because flats are cheaper in the long run. And for me, I made all my friends in first year because of student accommodation. My flatmate, well, only one I became really close to, and that's because she was a flatmate with me and like we just bonded or whatever. That's kind of rare. Like don't expect to be besties with all your flatmates because it's not gonna happen, trust me. When considering buying flats, you need to look at things like gas central heating, electric central heating. I definitely recommend going for gas central heating. Currently looking for flats right now, and oh my god, be excited for the videos to come guys, because I've been filming so much. Don't worry, I'm not coming back empty-handed. We're looking for flats right now because we're trying to move out of student accommodation because we are in our second semester of second year, so we're way overdue. Like we need to pack our stuff and head out. And we're looking for stuff like EPC ratings that will tell you how energy efficient the building is, and it goes from levels A, B, C, D. The more energy efficient your area is, the less pricey our bills will be per month. So if your area has an EPC rating of like F, that means that's really bad and your bills are going to be quite expensive. So that's a factor in moving into a flat. We have to look at all that, and trust me, I had no idea about any of these things or these meanings if it wasn't for like just having to put ourselves out there and research, and especially like my flatmates that I'm moving in with to this flat, like just the three of us, like they really know their shit. So, you know, I'm just like piggybacking off them, but it's a lot of work and paperwork to do for moving into a flat. And even private accommodation, that's a lot of paperwork as well, but even more so with flats, like you have to go through referencing, guarantors. Just thinking about it right now, I'm just like stressed because we finally found somewhere we want to live, but it's kind of complicated. So stay tuned to that video. That will come out next week probably. So I know I said so much stuff there for this question, flats or private accommodation. As you know, I recommend private accommodation because, especially in first year, because of that social life. Fear no more, guys, because I have partnered up with Amber Students, today's sponsor of this video, to help you guys find the most easiest and convenient way to find student accommodations in your area and your city that you're going to be studying at. And of course, Aberdeen, you already know. Wow, I can't believe I just said that. Like, so I'm going to explain to you guys what Amber Student is, obviously, but seriously guys, I am not just saying this, like, I wish I found this site when I was looking for student accommodation. Like, I am so pissed that I didn't know about this stuff existing, because let me tell you, this is like the easiest way that you could apply for any accommodation in whatever city you want to study at. Because I just need to, before I get into it, I just need to explain to you my situation when I was applying to Aberdeen accommodations in my final year of high school. So let me just take you back in time. As you know, I'm studying pharmacy at Robert Gordon University, and in Scotland there are only 2 universities that do pharmacy, like the course pharmacy, in the entire of Scotland. Only 2 universities. So I applied to both, obviously, and as I was waiting for my Strathclyde offer to come in, RGU already gave me unconditional. So, you know, I was like, okay, so RGU is definitely guaranteed, I should probably book an accommodation. But me being stupid, I was like waiting till last minute, because I didn't know anything about accommodations. Like, I didn't know if I had to book, does that mean I'm committed to that accommodation, that if I do get accepted to Strathclyde, will I lose my money, because I've already applied to the one in RGU. So that was just so confusing, and instead of like researching, I left it last minute and I was put on the waiting list because I didn't get accepted into Strathclyde. When I waited and found out that I wasn't accepted into Strathclyde, I was like, oh, so I'm homeless now.
Yeah. What the hell we gonna do now?
I did not book my accommodation, and I'm telling you, like, this was like a week before I had to go to uni, and I had nowhere to live. Let that sink in. I would be on the streets of Aberdeen just roaming joblessly. But yeah, so I finally decided, okay, I need to book right now, and I was put on the waiting list for this place I'm staying at right now. And because of God, someone pulled out and I finally got in the accommodation I'm in right now. I left it so last minute that I was put on the waiting list because I literally had no idea any of the policies, what the paperwork was included, and any of the structures of finding an accommodation. I'm so happy to present to you guys about the service called Amber Students, because they make it so easy. Like, I wish I had it. Like, I'm so jealous of all of you guys, because past me would have died for this, because I was the clown of my family. I'm so happy to present to you guys about Amber Student because they have policies in place for this. So when you're waiting for offers, you can withdraw and stuff like that if you don't get accepted to the certain course, and like also COVID policies that I will get into. But guys, I'm so like pissed off at myself. Like, I literally just went for the accommodation my friend was going for, because we both went to the same high school and she was going to Aberdeen as well. So I was like, oh my God, I'm giving you all the power. Like, I had no clue what accommodations to apply to in Aberdeen, because like I came from Glasgow, which is a big city. I didn't even visit my university before I started the course. Like, when I went to Aberdeen, that was my first time in Aberdeen, so I literally had no idea. And like, think about it, I'm a national person. Like, I live in Scotland and I'm just going to another city in Scotland, so I can't even imagine the stress for international students, because I was clueless. I just literally piggybacked off my friend. So I'm really delighted to like present to you guys Amber Students, because I really believe it will make the application process and the paperwork and all the lease stuff very simple. I think it will just give you peace of mind, honestly, because that was stressful times. So if you don't know, Amber Students is a service and a platform in which students can book accommodations in cities they're going to be studying at. So this includes national students, international students, like anyone is welcome, everyone and everyone. Amber Students is Southeast Asia's largest student accommodation provider, and they are currently operational in 100+ cities. Like, wow. This includes Australia, Europe, and the United States. It's with more than 20,000 listings on their platform. Like, 20,000 listings, and I couldn't even find one for Aberdeen. Anyways, so basically if you're an international student or even just a student coming to an unfamiliar city, Amber Student is your plug because they will help you find an accommodation in that city that you're going to be studying in, near your university as well. And they take care of everything for you. Let me just break it down. Basically how it works is very simple. Everything will be linked down below, and this is an affiliate link, so I will earn a small percentage by you guys using that link. Wow, I can't believe I get to say that. I'm just gonna thank you guys in advance because honestly thanks to you guys, and I'm so excited to partner up with Amber Students because I really believe this is gonna help so many of you guys who already DM me these questions. So I'm so glad I could just sum it up in this one video and present it through Amber Students and like this platform because it's amazing. Amber Students works with a large amount of other private student accommodations like around the world. So you just search up on the city you're going to be studying at, and it's going to look across their entire platform and their services and provide you with every single accommodation in that area. When I tell you every single accommodation, I mean every single accommodation. Like even mine came up, I was like, wow, like where was this when I needed it? It's literally so organized. Like it has every single accommodation, and instead of you individually going to those accommodation sites and like having so many browsers, it's just like this one site that you can like explore all these different options for you. So through my own research, what I find so unique about Amber Student is that how personalized their services are. Like they're going to be working with you every step of the way, like from you even deciding what accommodation to choose. They can help you with all that. Their executives will help you find accommodations that's suited to your specified budget and help you find the best offers and prices that are suitable to your standard. This also includes like their executives will help you like take care of all the annoying and confusing paperwork. This includes like lease agreements, low to high budget prices, flexibility in size, occupancies. That includes like en-suite, studios, flatmates. Yes, flatmates. They can even help you like find flatmates, and this is so helpful because I was so stressed about that. Like my flatmates, who are they gonna be? Because I had no idea. I just walked into it blindly like I always do. So they can help you literally find students, especially if you're international. They have a community of international students and they can help you pair up and team up with someone in the same position as you, and they could be your potential flatmate. Who knows? And they'll even like book live viewings for you because of COVID. You can't really like view the properties now, but you know, stick to the end because I'm going to give you a tour of the accommodation I'm staying in right now. I already done a room tour previously, like I don't know where that's going to be, but somewhere up here, and you can watch that. But I'll also give you like a tour of the accommodation and like all the things they offer here because that's also listed on their site as well. Especially because of these uncertain times through COVID, Amber Student offers free cancellations. So this gives you relief from visa related uncertainties. For example, if your visa gets denied for any reason and you have already booked an accommodation via Amber Student, they will guarantee you a full refund back because they have a no visa no pay policy. This means that if your visa is not like, if it's denied for any reason or you don't have a visa anymore, they will give you your full money back. So that gives you peace of mind that your money is in safe hands through Amber Student if you book with them. So I don't know if that makes sense. If you book an accommodation with Amber Student will cover you and ensure that you get a free refund back. So this all falls under the COVID-19 policies. Like again, if your country ends up on the travel ban list and you cannot travel to the UK for any reason, you also get a full refund back, which is great because, you know, these times are so uncertain. Like I'm so scared to like even book a flight for my future holidays because you don't know if you get a full refund back. So it's really nice to have that security that your money is safe. More information regarding their policies during COVID is on their website, or you can like sign up and email them about further inquiries that you have about anything like withdrawals from course, and also stuff like if your course date gets expanded but your accommodation date has already started, they have policies in place for that. So yeah, I highly recommend using their services. And if you're still having doubts, here's the long awaited accommodation tour that you guys have been requesting, and this accommodation in fact is on their website. So I highly recommend like booking via Amber Students because they literally have every single thing. I looked up Aberdeen and like literally every single accommodation came up in Aberdeen. Tiny Aberdeen, they had every single thing listed. I was so surprised. I've seen all of these accommodations. Some of my friends stay in these accommodations as well. So they are a very good standard and quality, but I'll show you the video now and let you decide that.
I got broads in Atlanta, just to be in the family. Credit cards and the scams, hitting the licks in the van. Legacy, family, wait and see, look like a panda. Growing up like I'm a tana, 100 killers on the hands. Legacy, family, wait and see, pockets, shit. Let it sound a whole bunch of ladder shit. They be acting rats, I don't be clapping shit. I be putting myself in the finest shit. I got plenty of stuff with Bugatti, but look how I try shit. Found him, why is he killing them? Pop a perk, I got sonic gorilla. They come and kill you with bananas. You feel as a villain, pull up in the finest. No niggas, they come and kill you with the rock. Only is dancing bigger than the pound. Go out to the Grammy before they get find it. Pull up, I'ma flip it. I got bitches pull up and they get it. I got niggas that's counting digits. Say you make you a lot of money. Those killers pull up in the end, bring the CTD, pull up and they kill it, bitch. Call up, pull up, gon' feel it, bitch. Niggas up in the baby, gon' drill it, bitch. Fuck it, gon' kill it, bitch. Get it. I got broad jack, get it. I got car jack, shit, hit it. I did it all for a ticket. I play this balls when he's spinning the bottom, trending. Trying to throw, I'm doing business in the pay, fucking up shit, she doing the feeling. I be getting to the chicken, count to the chicken, and all of my niggas are spinning.
The standard of accommodations that you can expect on their site and much more. So definitely recommend signing up and checking it out for yourself, and like let me know in the comments how it goes for you. I will link down below all the details I discussed about them in the description, and to ensure that they prioritize your request, because you know you're part of the Click crew, click the one I link in the description because it's unique to me and it lets them know that you're part of the Click crew, you know, and that gives you benefits such as a £10 discount for the accommodation that you book and stuff like that. Check it out and let me know what you guys think. Thank you Amber Students for sponsoring this video and partnering up with me with this collaboration. I am very excited. I really hope this helps a lot of you guys with the questions that you've been asking me, and yeah, let me know how it goes. Move on to the next question. Price of living in Aberdeen. So I would say this very much depends on the person you are. Like everyone lives a very different lifestyle. Look at me, disclaimer, but yeah, everyone lives a very different lifestyle. If you order a lot, your prices of living is definitely going to increase compared to a person who cooks. So I would say personally for me, my groceries really fluctuates, but I would say 1 month's worth of groceries, the maximum would be £100 a month and the minimum would be £80 a month, because I also buy a lot of like vegan food and stuff like that, so that's quite expensive. But for the average person, I think like you could survive with £20 worth of groceries for 1 week. So if there's 4 weeks in a month, £20 every week would be £80. So yeah, I'd say like £80 will be enough to last you a month of groceries. And for spending, like it depends about stuff like eating out, ordering, like different activities, and sometimes your uni requires you to buy and purchase different things for your course, like books. I know some law students need to buy a lot of books, so I would definitely take that all into consideration. And also the good thing about student accommodation, like utility bills is included in your rent. You can also like take out loans such as student loans known as SAS, so I would look into that, ask your careers advisor about that and stuff like that. But like yeah, there's a lot of things that can help you with finances and the student aspects of things. So look into student loans like SAS, which is I think is the best student loan a person could take. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure. Thank you SAS, because it helps me with my rent. That's how I go through that. Yeah, that's all I could think of. Let me know if you guys want to see a video about like what I spend in a week living in Aberdeen, because that sounds like a good idea actually, because I want to know what I spend in a week. Or do I? Last question I've got is really unique, but if someone asked me about catered accommodation and non-catered accommodation and like is it worth it, and I would say catered accommodation is really expensive. Like you're worthwhile just learning how to cook and buying your own groceries, because that's a part of the uni life, you know, like setting off the fire alarm. Please don't do that, like please. It's all about the experience about uni, learning how to cook, having that independence away from your home and getting unfamiliar with like your home cooked meals and stuff like that. So I think it's not worth it to have a catered accommodation, which that means that they serve you the food and you get like a meal pass and stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure there's only one accommodation in Aberdeen who offers catered accommodations, so it's not a lot of variety, and I just think it's not worth it in the end. But if you sign up for Amber Students, they can also discuss this process with you and answer all your questions in detail. Yeah, I think that's all the questions that I've got, like, repeatedly. So I think I've answered everything. And if you have any more comments, just comment them down below. And also sign up for Amber Students, because they will literally explain to you 10 times more in detail than what I'm doing right now, because they are qualified for this. And yeah, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any other questions that you want me to cover in later videos, or any other videos you want me to make. And I'll see you when I see you. Bye.